What's up everybody, it's Hugh here from Creator Up. I'm here at sunny California, and today we're going to talk about top 10 beginner tips on how to effectively use the Nikon Keymission 360 video camera. This is a really great camera. It's very easy to use, no stitching necessary, not like the GoPro. But it's still things that you need to watch out for, tips you need to learn to how to effectively use it when you're on the field with the camera, so you will not have any problem in post-production. So let's get started. Tip number 1, stay within a safety zone. So I make a video to explain the stitching problem that this camera, Keymission, have. If you haven't checked out the video, click the video below. Basically, it's a two lens on this camera, front and the back. And you want to put your subject matter or your actor all the way in front of or behind the camera, but never on the side of the camera like right now, my hand. If your actor has to cross from the front of the camera to the back of the camera, make sure they cross in the safe distance. So what is that magic number? What is the distance? It's usually 3 to 4 feet away from the camera. But I would always suggest bring a measuring tape and your mobile phone with you, which I don't know where's my mobile phone. Oh, it's right here. Bring a mobile phone and a measuring tape with you so you can measure the actual distance, the safe distance from your camera, and then look at the viewfinder and make sure that you will not be cut off when you try to cross from the front and the back. And then mark the distance down using gaffer tape on a chalk, and then let your actor know, say, hey, if you want to cross the camera, make sure that you cross away from this distance. So you make sure that in post-production, you don't need to fixing the footage. Tip number 2, yay! Always try to use a professional monopod, not a tripod, but a monopod. Why not a tripod? Well, because your tripod leg extends, and this camera captures 360 footage. So in the bottom after stitch, you can see the leg sticking out, which is really weird. Using a monopod like this one, the one I have is serial P204, and see the leg right here? So have a little extendable leg right here. So in the post-production, this whole thing, or actually in the camera, when the footage comes up from the camera, this whole thing will be cut out. So you don't need to do anything in post-production to cut your tripod out. It's not gonna be there. That's why it's good to have a professional monopod. Another tip is for this monopod, have a smooth pan. Look what I'm doing right now, it's panning. Remember in tip number 1, you try to avoid your actor and actress stay in the danger zone. Well, sometimes it's hard to move the actor and actress. So it's easier to move the camera in the right position like that. Just move it like that, lock it, hit it, and go. So that's why you want a good monopod. Tip number 3, use a sandbag or some weight to stabilize your camera. Because the last thing you want is, oh no, my camera!
Here, the camera isn't even on the monopod.
So my camera's all right. But see, that's the thing you try to avoid in production, and accidents happen. So that's why you need weight or sandbag to stabilize your camera. That's what I usually do. I will actually put this weight right here in my monopod. And you can use any weight you get in the gym, like doesn't need to be like this kind of weight. So anyway, you just stabilize, put some weight on the monopod to stabilize the monopod. So now, even you hit it, monopod will not fall down. Tip number 4, make good use of your Nikon Keymission accessory pack. If you pre-order the camera, you actually also get this for free. If not, you can still consider buying them because they are really good, especially when you're on the go and you cannot bring a giant monopod into the set. So look at it, this little grenade grip is actually an extendable selfie stick. That is so cool, right? Yeah. And with the extendable selfie stick, you can connect with the base also comes with your accessory pack, and this base is made with metal, so it's pretty solid in my opinion, and you just connect them to. I cannot find a hole. Oh, it's right there. Yes. And then you can put it on the ground. Da 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 da. That is a monopod. Yes, you don't even need to spend money to buy extra monopod. You can just use that, put some weight on it, stabilize it. There you go. You got a station to put your camera on and start a shoot. Tip number 5, instant action. So one good thing about this Nikon Keymission camera is there's no stop time. So whenever you're ready to take a picture, take a selfie, you can just point it, hit it, the camera will just turn on, countdown, and selfie. And same as the video. Hit recording and start record immediately. There's no stop time, so why not just recording? So it's really convenient as a producer, so you can capture the right moment immediately. But sometimes, I'll turn the camera off right now, holding 7 seconds. The camera turn off? Yeah, the camera turn off. But sometimes you just want to turn the camera on without taking a picture or making a video. So the trick is to hold the video record button for 3 seconds. And then the camera turn on without taking a picture or video. Number 6, remote activation. One of the very cool features this Nikon Keymission camera have is actually you can remote activate the camera. So when you turn the camera off, it's actually always in sleep mode. So if you pair your camera with your phone, again, if you don't know how to pair your camera with your phone, check out the video I make below. After you pair your camera with the phone, you can open the app and just hit upload activation. Sorry, actually hit the camera icon and hit remote photography. And then hear the sound, the camera just turn on. And for iOS, you actually need to pick the Wi-Fi, like what I'm doing here, to connect the camera. But if you're on Android, everything just happens automatically. And then you can take a picture using your mobile phone, which is very convenient. So when you're on the field, now you can just find a spot to hide, because again, this camera captures 360, right? You need to hide yourself if you don't want to be in the frame, and then use a remote activation, turn the camera on to save power, right? And turn the camera on and hit recording, and then it just makes your life way much easier. So make sure to use remote activation as much as possible for your camera. Oh, hey, tip number 7, selfie timer. So this camera comes with other very special feature is you have a countdown, a timer when you're taking a selfie. So when you hit taking a selfie, 1, 2, picture. So have a countdown. So when you're taking a selfie, you can hit that and move your big thumb out of the way and strike a pose and take the picture. Really cool feature, because one of the big problems if you're making any like tiny planet picture is your big thumb. So with this feature, you can avoid a big thumb. So no more big thumb anymore. Again, if you need more time to pose, like I do, I need a lot of time to get ready for my selfie, I can set it in the app to make it 10-second countdown. And again, if you don't like the countdown, you can just turn it off. So hit that, take the picture immediately. But use the function, selfie timer. Number 8, yes, 8 fingers. Lighting. In any video production, lighting is very important. And lighting is actually very tough in any 360 production. Why? Because the camera captures everything. So there's no way for you to hide the light. You cannot use production lighting because you gotta be in the frame. So what do? In my personal opinion, try to use as much as natural lighting. So that means that if you need to shoot something, try to do it in a golden hour. But again, you don't always have control of time, right? Because other people gotta be in your actor and they are not gonna show up around 5 p.m. in the afternoon to do a 1-hour shoot. So if that's the case, well, if you're also shooting outside, make sure that the sun is not pointing directly to the front lens or the back lens. So make sure that the sun is away from the lens, not pointing directly, so your footage will not blow out. So if you're taking a picture, like a picture like that, so I'm the subject matter, right? Take a picture of me, make sure that my shadow is cover the camera and the sun is right behind my head, so my face will not blow out. So in a post-production, you can bring the saturation and drop the shadow down, and you can bring my face back in. But if my face got blown out by the sun, you cannot save it in post-production. If you're making a video, just make sure the sun, remember the danger zone, make sure the sun's actually in the danger zone, in the stitching line. So when the sun's really far away in the stitching line, and usually will basically cut away by the post-production. And also, your actor will have a great light source by the sun, and everything looks perfect. Number 9, again, lighting tips. So when you're shooting indoor with your 360 camera, or maybe at night, when you have no control of the light source, you want to add more light to the camera. Why? Because if it's in low light situation, the camera will be a little bit noisy. There's just any cameras like that. So you always want to add light in the camera. But again, it's really tough because it's a 360 camera, you see everything. So you cannot just bring a big light gear into the scene and then people will see it. So what should you do? What I will do is actually this $1 magic. This $1 flashlight, you can get it easily in a 99-cent store. So bring it with you, and whenever you need more light, turn it on, point it to the ground, and attach to your monopod like that. And now the light will not be seen by the camera because in a post-processing, this whole part will be cut out. Remember, the monopods are not going to show. So you basically hide your light, but again, you provide lighting evenly with both lenses. Provide a really nice ambient lens. And again, you can get 2 of them and attach in both sides so you have more even lighting. But that is the magic of getting more light without seeing it in the scene. Tip number 10. Always bring extra battery with you when you're out shooting. Because your camera actually runs out of juice very fast. And not only your camera, you also want to bring a power charger for your phone, because your phone is your main monitor. And they all run out very fast when you stay connected together. So always bring extra battery, extra power charger for your phone or your laptop to make sure dump footage, and extra SD card, and always prepare that you're gonna shoot all day. That is a top 10 beginner tips on how to use your Nikon Keymission 360 camera. So now, go have fun, bring the camera out, make ton of footage, upload on YouTube, and let me know what you make. If you like this video, please give me a thumb up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And I will see you next time.